Hello movie lovers, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I'd like to bring you my review of the original Christmas Specials collection. Now this one was sent to me for review by Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. If you've seen any of these, love to hear you guys' thoughts on them down in the comment section below. I'll include more information, including affiliate links to purchase this one down in the description. So this has 5 movies: Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, The Little Drummer Boy, and Cricket on Hearth. I thought it was Hearth, but in the movie they call it Hearth, so maybe it's Hearth. I don't know. I don't even know what a hearth is. I didn't get it from the movie, but yeah, so I watched these all, and these movies are all from Rankin Bass, and they've been holiday staples, holiday classics, yearly traditions for many, many years. And unfortunately, I feel like these are movies, a lot of these older Christmas movies are kind of falling to the wayside, and people aren't watching them as much, and, they're not showing on TV as much as they used to. And I feel like maybe, these traditions are on their way out, which I think is sad. I personally wasn't super familiar with these movies other than Rudolph. I didn't know him too well, and I feel like, you just got to keep the traditions going, keep these movies going, and make sure to show them to your children or your grandchildren, or just keep these going, because I think they're all fairly good movies. I'm partial to Rudolph. I think it has a good message, but at least Rudolph and Frosty and Santa Claus is Coming to Town, at least those 3, like the other 2 I don't care so much about, but those 3, I mean, I showed my daughter Frosty and Rudolph. I didn't show her Santa Claus is Coming to Town. She wasn't super into them, to be honest. In a lot of ways, these have aged quite a bit, and stop animation has come a long way, and even now you don't really see a lot of stop animation because regular animation is so much quicker and easier. Like, I can't imagine making a stop animation movie. So much time and dedication and work to get so little out of it. I would just never be able to do it myself. So, like I said, share these movies for sure with the young ones if you haven't already. Keep these traditions going. So let's get into my thoughts on the actual movies. First up, you have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I feel like probably the most popular, well-known movie of the collection here. And probably the best looking as far as being cleaned up and clear and bright and visually the best looking one on Blu-ray. A little bit of it's not perfect looking, but it does look pretty darn good. And this is the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and how he's born and he has the red nose and nobody accepts him, and he decides to leave the North Pole, and he ends up meeting with some other misfit toys and the elf who wants to be a dentist. And they kind of go on this journey together and find the misfit toys. And then Santa Claus ends up needing Rudolph. And the movie kind of, while telling the story of Rudolph and the song Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, it also is a good story about being different and acceptance. And, just because you're different, it's not a bad thing. And that you have things to offer just because something is different, doesn't make you bad or a bad person or irrelevant or whatever. And so it is a good story, just to share either way. I really enjoy the movie. I give it 3.5 out of 5. Next up is Frosty the Snowman. I was familiar with that one, but honestly, I can't remember the last time I saw it. And that's, again, the story. Now, are these movies based on the songs? The songs are based on the story, and the movie's based on the story? I don't know, but Frosty the Snowman, the kids build the snowman, and the hat goes on him, and he comes to life. And the man wants his hat back, and they have to try to get Frosty to the North Pole so he doesn't melt. Now, it's an okay movie. I definitely enjoyed it. Not quite as good looking as Rudolph, but still pretty good looking. Again, a fun movie. It has the song and everything. I give that one a 3 out of 5. It doesn't have as good of a kind of a lesson to it, and I don't feel like the characters are as fun or as enjoyable. But still, quality movie. Then we get to Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I was not familiar with this one at all. Again, another stop animation movie about this young boy who is found by the Clauses, and it's basically trying to give the story of Santa's origins and many of the kind of traditions, stockings, Santa Claus going down the chimney, all these kind of explanations for why this is, which is kind of cool. I never heard a lot of this stuff, so It's definitely cool to watch that. The movie doesn't look as good as the other two. Not bad, but it definitely had a little bit lower quality to it. The story in some parts gets a little odd, and yeah, it's a little odd in some parts, but still decent movie. You know, definitely interesting just to get this kind of backstory for Santa Claus and the traditions and whatnot. But Santa Claus is like a young man, and so it does come off kind of weird in some parts. But I give that one a 2.5 out of 5. You know, I liked it. I didn't love it. Next up, The Little Drummer Boy. Now, this is more of a kind of a story about the birth of Jesus, but the birth of Jesus is like in the background of the movie, and it's about this boy who loses his parents, and he gets a drum, and he's like this really great musician, and he gets tired of people, and he wants to like live with the animals. It is a strange movie. It doesn't look anywhere near as good as the others. One problem could be too that a lot of the movie takes place at night and it's kind of dark, but everything about this movie seems cheaper than the others, and it just seems like lower quality, lower production value. And maybe, I don't know if it was made earlier, I'm not sure the production years on these, but it just seems like overall just kind of lower quality. The story was okay. I just didn't get super into it really at all. So I gave that one a 2 out of 5. And the last one, Cricket on Hearth. This one's actually an animated movie, so it's a little bit different, about this girl and her fiance. He has to go serve in the Royal Navy, and he ends up getting lost at sea, I believe it is, and she goes blind from the shock. I don't know if that's possible, but she goes blind from the shock, and so her dad kind of takes care of her, and he paints this picture of a life they have that's so great, but it's all lies. And she ends up getting engaged to his boss because he's told her all this great stuff about him that wasn't true. I've seen kind of stories like this, but I don't believe I've ever seen that movie. The animation looked all right. You know, the picture quality was all right, but it wasn't, again, a movie that I got super interested in. I gave that one a 2 out of 5. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and if you could take one thing away from this video, share these movies. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos, check the chess videos, and I'll see you guys next time.